Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Janet Yung, and in my channel I share about Feng Shui, Bazi, entrepreneurship as well as personal growth, especially in the areas of communication, success and motivation. In today's episode, it will be the second two animals, those with the tiger and the rabbit in their charts. What's the forecast for them in 2025? For the tiger, you are ranked third. And basically why you are ranked third is because you have plenty of nobleman stars. And for the rabbit, you'll be ranked number 9. Although there are no auspicious stars within your chart in 2025, your palace, the east, actually has got the annual wealth. So if you'd like to find out more, please stay tuned. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for subscribing and welcome to my channel and this particular video. If you are already very familiar with Bazi, please do go straight to the timestamp for the individual animal horoscopes that I've listed in the video description. But if you are new to Bazi, do stay on to the next segment where I will be explaining a little bit more why in each of our chart we have more than one animal horoscope besides that of the year that you are born. So without further ado, let's move on to the next segment where I'll see you. Hi, welcome to this segment where I'll share with you what's in store for those born with the tiger and the rabbit in the year 2025. Now before we begin, basically you should get your Bazi chart downloaded from bazicalculator.janetyong.com as shown in the link here. I'll also leave the link in the video description itself. Now, if you are already very familiar with Bazi and know that there can be 4 animals and what it represents, as mentioned in the introduction, you can go straight to the timestamps where I've already included in the video description for the horoscope forecast that you are interested in. Now for those that are brand new, I would like to highlight that the animal year that you are born in only represents 12.5% of the animal horoscope forecast. So let's move on and understand what it means for each of the animal horoscope within each of the pillars. Now, if the animal actually appears in the year, generally what it means is your perception of the bigger industry environment, your social circle of friends, or your relationship with your grandparents. If it appears in the month, then it governs more of what's going to happen for you in your career this year, your relationship with your immediate boss, as well as your parents, or if there will be a change of job. If the animal appears in the day, then what it represents is your relationship with your spouse, your peers, your siblings, and your colleagues. While if the animal appears in the hour branch, it generally represents your relationship with your children, if you are a manager, your subordinates, or generally people younger than you. The hour pillar also represents your action. Therefore, your action will determine the outcome and your luck in 2025. Now let's take a look at for those born with the tiger within their charts in 2025. The tiger, as you can see here, actually has got plenty of auspicious stars. Therefore, it ranks number 3 in the year 2025. Let's take a closer look at what are these auspicious stars. Those with the tiger basically have the fortune virtue, the 天德贵人, the 福德 nobleman star. So this year is a year where you will have good fortune and the help of nobleman or mentor luck. And I'll explain in the next slide how they will appear. However, you will also actually have the quarrelsome star as well as the robbery star, which can generally mean accidents, injury, or mishaps. Therefore, you need to be a little bit careful, especially because your palace is within the northeast, which actually has got the misfortune star in 2025. Let's take a look at what it means when you actually have the tiger within your year. When the tiger is within your year with the nobleman star's presence, generally speaking, that means your nobleman will come from your boss's boss, your mentors, people within your social circle of friends, or if your grandparents are still around, it will be your grandparents. Now again, like I mentioned in the first video about nobleman stars, it is really about you stepping up and asking for assistance in today's crowded and noisy world, because nobody will be able to notice that you will need help unless you really ask for it. So be it whether you have the tiger within the year or the next one where we talk about is actually within the month, it's also important for you to step up. Now, if you have the tiger within the month, congratulations, because your immediate superior, your immediate mentor, or your parents will generally be your helpful person, right? And if you are focusing on career or you decide to change your career, you can basically ask for help, ask for assistance, and there will be help available. If the tiger appears in your day branch, then generally your siblings, your spouse, your peers or colleagues would be your helpful people, and good fortune will be coming from them. If it is within the hour, congratulations, mainly because besides having your subordinates, people younger than you, helping you, it will also be your action that determines whether you receive nobleman help and whether you will get that good fortune as well. And therefore, if you do your calculations right, those with the tiger in the hour branch may have good investment luck in the year 2025. However, if we were to look at what are some of the inauspicious stars, like what I mentioned earlier on, the quarrelsome star, be it in the year, the month, the day, or the hour, then you may have some challenges and differences with people in the various different groups that I mentioned earlier on, and especially for the robbery star, where you go in terms of travel, do not go to the disaster prone areas, as well as if you're out and about, do be more careful and make sure that you stay protected against the misfortune star and the accident stars within your home or your office, which I'll cover in a later episode. Now, if you were to look at the interaction of the snake with the tiger, in one of my Bazi videos, I talked about the tiger and the snake having a punishment relationship. So generally speaking, if you have the tiger within your chart and 2025 being a snake year, the punishment relationship generally will represent things that actually happen either in your bigger industry environment, if it is actually in your tiger is in the year. It could be your immediate department, your immediate superior or parents if it's in the month. If it's your peers, your spouse, if your tiger is within the day, and your investment luck or people relationship with your younger subordinates or your children, then be a little bit careful by not overextending, because things may happen where you don't really feel like doing something, but because of certain changes you have no choice but to do it. This punishment is about if you overextend yourself and basically do more than what is required, then usually what will happen is you will have an expectation of gratitude or thank you, but maybe their response is not one that you expected, and therefore you punish yourself and you feel betrayed. So that's what the tiger and snake punishment means. So just take note, learn to let go, learn not to have too high expectations. If you really do want to help someone, don't help with a great expectation. If you really want to do it to your best, do it without too high of an expectation, then generally speaking, you will not self-punish or you will not feel that betrayal feeling. Let's also take a look at where the palace of the tiger is. The tiger is in the northeast palace, which actually has got the misfortune star. Therefore, with the inauspicious stars of robbery star and quarrelsome, do take note and make sure that you do not do cutting, knocking, drilling in the three sectors of the misfortune star, the three killings, as well as the Tai Shui location, which I'll cover in a later episode in this 2025 forecast series. So let's now then take a look at those born with the rabbit within their charts. And as you can see in this picture here, the rabbit does not have any auspicious star. So that's why it's ranked number 9 in the average group in 2025. However, why is it not ranked Bill Foundation, you may ask? It's mainly because of the East Palace for the rabbit itself, which I'll explain a little later on. Let's take a look at Sky Dog and Calamity Shah. Generally, these two stars will bring about injury, will bring about calamity, as what the word says. Therefore, where you travel to is crucial. If you're making travel plans, do check out where could be a danger zone. And as mentioned in my 2025 forecast summary, where I talked about hidden fire hazards in the first half of 2025 and water hazards in the second half of 2025. If you have not watched that episode, please remember to click on this link and watch it. So let's take a look at what happens if the rabbit appears in the year. As mentioned previously, if the rabbit is within the year, generally speaking, it could be your surrounding, the bigger company or bigger industry environment does not do so well because of the sky dog and calamity star, and therefore it will basically affect your performance. And if you do need to actually look for a change of job, it will then depend on what are the stars within your month pillar, especially, as well as if you spend time in the feng shui auspicious sectors for 2025, you may be able to find that particular opportunity. If the rabbit appears in your month pillar, then generally speaking, maybe your immediate department is not doing that well, or your parents' health may not be that great because of the sky dog and the calamity stars. If it is within the day, the rabbit then represents your partner, your spouse, your peers. Probably their health is not that great, and the day can also represent yourself. You must make sure that you take care of your own health, especially when you travel. If you were to look at the rabbit within the hour, besides representing that maybe the luck of people younger than you or children being not too great, it will also represent your investment luck not being too great in the year 2025. And you have to be a little bit careful, basically because the sky dog star can be an injury star as well. Now, why is it not ranked last, you may ask, for those born with a rabbit in their charts, since there are no auspicious stars, as I mentioned earlier on. The rabbit's palace is in the east, which actually has got the annual 9 wealth star. So if you capitalize and maximize your opportunities by spending time in the east of your home, provided it's not the kitchen, the toilet, or the service balcony, you will generally be able to generate quite a bit of wealth, especially those related to period 9. Now, what are period 9 wealth? Period 9 wealth is anything related to online, anything related to AI, anything related to Chinese metaphysics. And I have a whole episode and series about period 9, and if you have not watched any of the videos of my period 9 series, please remember to click on this link that I'm showing here to watch the videos about what kind of mindset shifts you should be looking out for and where are the opportunities in these 20 years from 2024 last year till 2044. This then comes to the end of this particular episode. I hope you have enjoyed what I have shared with you for those born with the tiger and the rabbit within their charts. I'll see you next week, where I'll share with you what's in store for those born with the dragon and the snake within their charts. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.